Hey, we're back with the third game, and we're playing against Kaleos again. I actually believe this might be the same person. And we actually have um, no early minions to play in this particular situation. And we're lucky enough to mulligan into Mantilla, because otherwise we would have had a very slow start, which is not what you want to do against Songhai. So we'll open up with a Dex and a Mantilla, and this can easily die to the general, so this is not a great start. We couldn't really protect it because we could have played the Dex right here, and that would have allowed just the Avatar to trade with it, and that may have been the better play. And looking back, I'm actually not sure why I didn't choose to do that. And of course, Lantern Fox is the opponent's play, and this means that the Dex will attack into it twice and get two two Phoenix Fires out of it. And playing the Blood Tier here allows the Dex to die, as well as blocking us from killing the Chakri, which they weren't able to buff on their turn. So now we're in a situation where we need to use our Elucidator to run into their Avatar, because otherwise this could get out of control, and we don't have any other really good plays. So even though this is still at 3 health, which is usually great for a Elucidator, if you can get it to stay at 3 health, we know that they have Phoenix Fires in their hand, and that they're likely just to be able to kill it right now. So we do not have a great play on this turn so far. So what we're going to do is Flash Reincarnation Mercantor, which is not the best thing to do given that we don't have a board. Usually you want to do this when you're able to clear more than just 2 things, but in this situation we can't just leave this panned on the board. It's going to make us hard to develop anything else. And it puts our opponent down to 16, which isn't the worst thing in the world, and helps kind of refill our hand, or keep our hand size pretty high. So we get kind of fortunate because our opponent's only play is a 4 Winds Magi, and our Mercantor lines up really well against that. They probably should have thought a little bit more about the possibility of Mercantor coming down, but this puts them in a good position if Mercantor doesn't. So we're able to, and since our opponent's getting low, they're at 12, and if they're forced to attack into this, they're in a bad situation. They're at 8, which is very low against a deck that could be playing Thumping Wave like us does, and other rush minions. Like they've seen, 3 rush minions come out, so they know we're running them. And I think we're only running 5 in this deck total, so they may be overestimating how many we're running. But it's a situation where they need to be cautious of their life total, is basically what we're trying to get at. So right here they play a few spells, which means that their avatar is going to be fairly large. And this is one of those situations. They actually use Inner Focus to run into our general with their Lantern Fox, and this isn't something I would have done personally, because I'm not sure that. I think they're better off leaving us. I think this is the must answer minion, so leaving us to not be able to answer this with just one swing. We're going to be able to clear their entire board. Actually, we're not going to be able to because we need to use the attack on the Egg-Morph. But I think they probably don't need to make that attack there. And now they play Albi Sage, which would have made their Chakri incredibly large, so that would have been an issue. And we're fortunate enough not to have that be still on the board. So right now they're able to make it into a 4-8, but luckily we do have the Ephemeral Shroud, which means that after the rock attacks it, if we dispel it, it will just die immediately because of the way Dispel works in Duelist. So I'm sorry these animations don't work that great in the replays. I don't know why that is. So right here we use we attack their face, and we use the Earth Sphere to just put ourselves in a situation where we're pretty equal on board. This doesn't really do much to the board overall, but we're at a pretty safe life total, and we're just going to try to rush them down before their card advantage becomes a huge issue. And right now they're able to get themselves up to 12 health, which is not a great situation for us. In this situation, if we don't draw something like a Thumping Wave, we're going to have to use the Elucidator to kill this, I believe, because otherwise I think we're just going to encounter too much healing. But we're able to draw the Thumping Wave and get away with kind of a cheeky little victory right here with just the 12 damage, including our general attack. So this was not my best played game, I'd say, but we were able to get a quick win. And Bastion didn't really come into play in this one, so this isn't as interesting as some of the others, but still, this is how the deck works. That's the third game. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like and subscribe and all that stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody.